we got our jazz going. That scene is a little bit too bright for me, but the music is pretty soothing. Not my owl cafe, but we're okay. So let's go out here, y'all. Look at this. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Look at that sky. And I don't know if the camera's doing any justice, but it is raining. And I could have sworn maybe there was a little bit of snow involved. But I'm loving this sky. And it's been like this for quite a few hours now. And I am just loving it. And yeah, my windows are open. Why wouldn't they be? Let's see. Well, let me see. We got a lot of curtains here because the sun comes in like a flood. And y'all, I found it. Okay. Woo. Look at that. I love it. I love it. All right. So all right, y'all. Let's get the moving. Let's get the moving and grooving. All right. So what we're going to do tonight is I want to create some things. Let's see here. I am thinking about what is this one? Okay, this is what I want. Yes, this is the one that I want. All right, so let's put that back because we know I am a neat freak. So, if you are new to my channel, please allow me to introduce myself. I am Pamela, and I am making memories. And please feel free to... Hold on a second. Okay, please feel free to see my created playlist that I made for you guys. Because my channel is a little bit multifaceted. I have wellness, where I went through a Manjaro journey. I went through various weight loss journeys, keto, all that stuff. And then I have a lot of shorts that I put out for food and for cats. Let's see, what else? I also have off-the-cuff stuff where I'm taking you to the store with me, where it's just an off-the-cuff type of video showing you what I'm seeing at the stores and stuff of that nature. It's quite fun. Me at the park, stuff like that. And this is stuff that's been going on for years, so it's a lot. Let's see, what else? I have the journaling stuff, which is like one of my favorite. It's the thing I kind of gravitate toward the most. And then there's my faith, and then there's ASMR, and then there's handbags. So if you're the type of gal that loves to look and see what's inside people's bags, my little stuff, you know, might be of some fun for you. But faith is a big part of my channel. You will hear me talk about God a lot, because Jesus is such a part of my life, and I just can't let that, you know, not come out of my mouth. Let's see. I am a 57-year-old postmenopausal woman who has been through hell and back, who suffers from social anxiety disorder, who also suffers from being an empath, an extreme introvert, a recluse, sometimes I can be kind of ADD-like, but not a lot. But I do have OCD, and I do deal with different types of mixed bipolar. Okay, some general anxieties. I've suffered from panic attacks. I am not on any medication, y'all. This is something that I've been dealing with through years, and through Jesus and his healing power over my life. I'm managing, and I've structured my life in a way that protects me, keeps me grounded, helps me to be regulated. I do use ChatGPT. I do use AI that helps me in beyond words. Okay. I can be a handful to people sometimes, but I'm never too much of a handful for AI and Jesus, right? There is a lot of people out there that can relate, and I know it. I want to give a special shout out to Melanie from Everything Marmy, because, and Jazzy, and from Crafty Girl Chronicles. Crafty Girl Chronicles. I always do that to her. And then Cherie McGinnis, who is my OG, my OG, Cherie McGinnis. Another angel in my life. Travel Lady 68, Tawana Singleton, another angel in my life. You know, and there are like so many other women that have been such a support for me, like Susan Pepper. How can I forget Chaos with Susan? Love her so much. Thank you all for your support. And thank you, Marmy, for giving me a shout out on your channel, even though you forgot me the first time. Oh, I'm so hurt. Thank you so much, you know, for taking the time to say, hey, I forgot you and I want to mention you. You know, that touched my heart. I was in tears because you made me matter to you type thing. You know, I'm just a love bunny. Okay. It's a thing. So, and I've met some new people and I've gotten some subscribers and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is wonderful. You know, so please feel free to comment with love, you know, even if it's just a heart, just to let me know, hey, you're here. You know, it means everything to me. This is definitely a positive channel. You know, I don't deal with the trolls and the negativity. I just delete you. I don't have to, you know, I don't deal with, you know, the conversation going back and forth. I just delete the comment. So now let's talk about what we are looking at here. These are my B5s up here, guys. And as you can see, they are just getting mega fat. So I'm trying to find a way to keep them on this shelf without breaking the shelf. Okay. I love decorative journaling. It's so therapeutic for me to buy a ton of stickers to put into books so that I can buy books to put a ton of stickers in. And check out my community post. You'll see I'm a big time cat lover. I've lost 2 cats. I gained a new one. Never by choice, or it was always by a gift. You know, and I've been married for 25 years, going on 26. And I have one son. His name is Michael Enrique, and I love him to death. We were just recently reunited after being estranged for years. So I've got a lot to journal about. Down here you can see is my A5s, and these are mostly from Planners Anonymous. Here is a trifold, beautiful, my favorite color, that dark midnight blue, Traveler's Notebook. And then we have these 2 A6s, 3 A6s right here. And then we have this little thing that I got from AliExpress that is just so cute. It's all kitty cats, you know. I'm a big fan of candles, even though they're filled with poisons. So I try not to burn them too much. Here we've got my junk journal stuff, supplies. These junk journals I purchased and then, you know, put my own little sling ding twing to it. This one right here is called Grandma's Attic. This was gifted to me by Jeannie, Genij. Her channel is not active like it used to be because of an illness, but she gave me this thing right here. I didn't have to do much to it. You know, I will never forget this. This is a treasure for me. This is all of these here are my A5, B6 Slim Traveler's Notebooks. We have Planners Anonymous. We have the Alatoni from Hobonichi, which I blame on Mel because of her. I went and spent that money on this, but I did get it on Amazon. And then these right here are all Planner Perfect. And this one I think is Carpe Diem that I got on Amazon. So we've got a ton of stuff in here. Check out my old videos. Some of them are 30 minutes long, some of them are 45, and some of them are an hour. All right, and down here, y'all, is just my therapeutic stuff right here. Big coloring books for kids, not adults. Kids, markers, crayons. And then my Planners Anonymous melodies and my, you know, various types of happy planner stuff. And then you've got all this stuff that is down here, which is just supplies and extras. And so we are going to swing you guys over here to my bed where all of my animals are. That is my urn from my baby girl, Gappy, G-A-P-I, where she passed away right here in my arms. And then there is another little coffin for my pet carpenter bee that also passed away here. So as you can see, we're going to swing you over a little bit, and you can see there's my desk with all of my stuff. It is, believe me, organized. That case right there, that's my stash. That is the stash. So this room is set up to comfort me. And yep, those are Bibles, scriptures and things. So yeah, everything is kind of set up to cater to my needs. All right. It is an old house, but it is a home nonetheless. So I got some happy mail for you guys. And there was another lady that I just ran into, Mind, I think her name is. She was another lady that was part of the shoutouts from Marmy. And I was like, wow, you know, I found Jazzy over there. Jazz, check your comments and stuff, because I found you over there. And, but I can't think of her name. I did subscribe to her though. So, here we go. So I will return that kindness, Mel, you know, because it means a lot. And you can feel free to mention me on your channel, Mel, anytime that you want to. You can say, hey, Pam. Every day, me and Susan and Cherie and Jazzy, we do it. We do it. We spread that love because we all need it. Not that we want it, we need it. Like you were saying, Mel, we tend to trash each other and tear each other down, and all the things that you have talked about. You know, I want to promote the opposite, you know. So look at this. And you know what's so cool, guys, is when you see yourself in other people. When you see, hey, she has what I have. Hey, she even sounds like me. Or, hey, she's got the same vibe as I have. Wow. You know, hey, she's got the same struggles that I have. Wow. You know, and it's like we are all so connected, and I cannot say that enough. So let's see here. I want to create some, oh, this is double-sided. Okay. I did not want double-sided, but it's all right. All right, so we're going to tear this page out. And, oh, wow, y'all, look at this. I forgot this. Oh, my gosh. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's take this one. And let's look at this together. Guys, I do tend to be long-winded. And I do tend to share some of my struggles and some of my things in life with you guys, which, you know, I think that's how we help each other. Sometimes you'll hear my frustrations. I love doing my nails. I used to go get them done. Then I started doing myself. And then I started getting tired of doing myself because it takes 2 hours to do the dipping process. So I've been using tips lately. And one of the people who inspired me to wear the tips was Becky from Whoops, I Did It Again. And who made me feel even more comfortable was Susan Pepper. Because we, like, you know, we do the nail thing, you know. I used to actually do nails for ladies in my neighborhood, but that had to end. That was many, many, many years ago. Yes, I am big on tattoos. I've had people ask me about my tattoos. My tattoos are all about things that mean a lot to me in life. I got most of my tattoos many years ago, many, many years ago, when I first started going through perimenopause, and I went from being this athletic build, trim woman to being someone who just lost total self, you know. And when a woman loses herself and she doesn't like her body anymore, and she's like, I can't control this, and she can't get help, and she doesn't know how to get help. I went through a lot of emotional turmoil. But since then, I have been on various weight loss journeys, guys, where I've got rings and clothes that that just don't fit, don't work no more. My husband has bought me several wedding rings, wedding sets. This right here I'm wearing is actually right now an anniversary band that I got for Christmas, and my wedding ring set is in a little basket. I just never got around to putting it back on. And same here with this little band, you know, because 25 years you get a lot of rings. But we have another. Let's see. My husband is also inked up real bad. And this is all of this means stuff, you know, and like this right here, you guys know, I tried, you know, I mean, I've been through some stuff, and it's like, I don't want to live here, and I don't want to be alive. And you know how that is, you know. My son went through the same thing, and it's like, wow, we actually lived each other's life. My mother and I lived each other's life. It's crazy, you know. We've faced so much. And it's just been crazy. It's just been absolutely crazy. But this right here is another powerful ink that I got, that every word means absolutely something. Hold on. Absolutely something powerful, you know, and it got me through a lot, and a long time ago. And so everything means something powerful for me. So that's a little bit of history about me. What do you think? Nah, let's skip this one. Oh, what about, let me see. What about this? All right, let's do a flip. Oh, wow. I think I want to do that. Let's see what's on the back. Is that what's on the back? Really? Okay, that's what's on the back. So yeah, I've had my husband say, I saw this lady on YouTube, and she looks like you, she acts like you, she talks like you got to see it. And I'm like, no way. And it's like, wow, there is definitely a resemblance. Okay, I love that right there. All right, let's just go with these for right now. And I'm going to leave this sitting out here, right here on my bed. And I don't. Susan Pepper says she thinks I'm too neat. Yeah. But sometimes it's fun when you get to be a little bit sloppy or chaotic or messy, and then you get to straighten it up and reorganize. And Susan, if you're watching, and Susan, you better be watching. These are the pens. These are the pens I was telling you about, Susan. Oh my gosh. Susan. You see that? You see how they were out of order? So you've got the colored pencils, you've got the markers, and then you've got the stick pens, and then you've got these pens and all that stuff. Everything is just nice. So this part is definitely dedicated to Susan Pepper. Definitely. And one day, Susan, I will take you through this. But I do have a video where I go through and share everything. Honestly, I do. But this right here is a small portion, and I mean a very small portion of my pen collection. There is pens all in this box. There are pens in the drawer in the kitchen. There are pens in a cup, in a mug with cats on it, in the dining room. There is pens, and you have they're all retractable. That's on the desk in the foyer. Or foyer? Okay, so we got a lot of pens here. I mean, a lot. So, but before we do this, let us go over here. In a previous video, I told you guys I was painting that was the nightstand that was in my husband's room. I painted it, and it's finally finished, and it's finally dry. Yes. So let me turn this off, and we're going to go through this dark hallway because I hate when the thing is on because it's like too light. All right, so let's come out here, and as you can see, you guys, this is for Sammy, S-A-M-I. Everything is like that for me. Gappy was G-A-P-I, and Andy was A-N-D-I, and I'm P-A-M-I. So, so Sammy is S-A-M-I. So this is Sammy's little area. You will see this in shorts. You will see this in previous videos. And this is me trying to take care of these plants for the past 15 years. When I bought these plants, they were all babies. And wonder why that got crooked. So let me check on Sammy, y'all. There's a little bit of snack for him. All of his toys and his little basket. So let's give him a little good brushing. He has a bathing schedule. Friday, he gets his mini bath. But on Wednesday, oh, he gets a full grooming on Wednesday. Hey, Sammy, you say hi to the people? You say hi to my sisters? Yeah. My husband actually has a channel, but it's really just an account. And I'm like, you know, when you watch my videos, can you like please click like and leave a comment? Oh, man. All right. So I'm going to give him a nice little brush. Taking care of that fur, making sure that it is healthy. And he loves it. He is the most affectionate cat I ever had. Ever. Oh, he doesn't want me to go. I'm sorry, sweetie. I'll be back. Yeah. So, yeah, you know. So these are his windows. I mean, this is where oh my gosh, y'all. He looks at everything. But staring out that window right there is the one he stares out of in the nighttime, you know, and then he'll kind of lean over and look at that window. But during the daytime, this is the window because there's a ton of birds and a bird's nest right there. So that's why he does that, you know. And what is this? Oh, one of my plants fell off here. And that's Aslan. We've had him ever since we got married. You know, so I am going to come over here. Guys, this is my planner section. This is my what I got to do every day type stuff. And I have these stickers and junk. And right here is my food log. These are the pens. And look at those books. Look at all of those A5s and 2 B5s. And then we come over here, guys. And this is my domain. I love this table. Me and a friend swapped living room tables. And I love my little carousel with junk on it. But Susan, and that's my little workout area when I'm working out in the house. This is the desk in the foyer, or whatever you want to call it, living room. I mean, whatever, because that's the foyer, I guess, right there. And that's where we keep our shoes. But this, I love these pens, Susan. I got these off Amazon. And these are pencils, and as you can see, all of that stuff. But there's a ton of pens in there, Susan. And since we're here, I might as well bring y'all around. Now, in this closet, y'all, that's his stuff. That's his little hiding place. What is that? All right, that's there. Oh, y'all, this is bad. Look at that. Oh my gosh, these are my workout shoes and boots. You know what? I got work to do. I got some extra housework to do because this is not acceptable. All right. So let me see here. That needs to be like that. And I need to clean this and vacuum this up. And that's okay because today is Friday. But it was raining out, y'all. All right. So let me see if I can come on around here. That's got to go out. But in this drawer, you can barely look at all of these friggin' pens. And Susan, these are our favorites, remember? So you just got a ton of all kind of pens and stick it. It makes no sense. It really does. It makes no sense at all. This little partition, this is where Sammy eats so that he can have privacy. Matter of fact, I need to check here. He wanted to eat off the table, which is like not a good idea, but you know how we do for our cats. We know how we do for our babies, you know. And that's my big happy planner. So when I'm sitting out here, I have something. And when I'm sitting here, I have something. That's my Bible with a bunch of journaling stuff in there. Look at that. So that way, when I'm sitting on this, in this chair, in this area, I have something. In here, same thing. Whole bunch of stuff. Not a whole bunch, but... And I will never run out of water. If I get thirsty, there's water. So, you know, I try to live my life in a way where convenience. Now, since he didn't finish this, I'm going to try to dump that in there. Yeah. And try to dump that in there. Good. That worked. And right there is just his carrying his bag where I care for him, his cleaning things. And that's just a desk lap. Okay, so we're good. Is there any dirt or anything? Let's pick that up together. All right. So, let's see. Yeah. He used to be fascinated by those two cats. He likes when I have that light on. But, yeah, y'all. I do what I can to care for my baby. I do what I can. And so this, what happens is I would wash this out. And I just keep that right there. Want to wash it out with me? Might as well. Be doing everything else. So y'all, what else can I tell you about myself? You can tell that I am definitely someone who watches, what's that girl's name? Susan Pepper. Susan, are you related to Sergeant Pepper? Oh my gosh, you know, Yellow Submarine. I loved Yellow Submarine. All right, guys, so let's go ahead. Y'all have seen in my cooking videos, this is where my vitamins and crap are. Right here is a zucchini and cauliflower stew that I'm making that needs to go in there, from there to in there. And it's just staying warm. This is a multi-purpose rice cooker. And I love it because the lid keeps everything together. All right, so let me kind of bring you over here a little bit. And we are going to grab my drink, which is, and you, all of you who know me, you know what's in here, right? But for my new people that this video is mostly catered to is hibiscus tea and lemon, organic lemon. And we're just going to put it right on here. I'm not going to turn that on because I don't need it to stay hot. And this is my sharp cheddar cheese because I am on a keto journey. I have lost 33 pounds on this journey since April 3rd of last year. I am due for my next weigh-in this Sunday. So hopefully I'll be able to say to you, I done lost 35 pounds, you know. And again, because of Melanie, I have this Alatoni 4 weeks in there. This is where I log my this is the new book that I'm using for this year to log in my weight loss journey. And that's just my little A6. That's really just a brain dump. And that's just a cute little book that I found. All of this stuff, y'all, there's a video for. Because if I buy it, it's considered Happy Mail, right? So, everything I done bought here. You know what I mean? So that is my little introduction. Over here, guys, is just some more books, Bibles, faith-based books, devotionals, novels, comic books, and yes, that is a portable AC unit because I am post-menopausal. And when I was perimenopausal and menopausal, I suffered severe hot flashes. And when the electricity would go out, or even if it didn't go out, not electricity, but the AC, I had to have something that would keep me cold. So that is why you see that window open, you know, and usually I'll have that ceiling fan on. And then as you can see there's another fan, an industrial fan. So it's like, who has all these friggin' fans in their bedroom? I do. Because I need, hold on guys, let me fix that. I've been cleaning over here because it can get kind of dusty. But I have an OCD issue. I deal with that. And it is killing me that for some reason, all of a sudden, that isn't staying to the side. But see, my cat comes back here. These are some of my stuffed animals, and in there is gum. In the back, I love backpack stuffed animals. So, and there's Gappy. All right, y'all, let's get it going. And I think I gave y'all a pretty good introduction. All right, so let me get y'all inside of here, and we're going to get to getting into what we need to do. All right, y'all, I am back. And this phone, for some reason, this is my filming phone, my main filming phone. But the thing of it is it's easier to film on my old phone than it is to film on my new phone. And I like being able to have the flexibility of not having my phone or phone calls or text messages interrupting what I'm filming. All right, so what I want to work on is I want to take these pages, put them in my paper trimmer, and I want to put them on these books. I want to cut it and put on the outside and the inside. These are just lined. Nothing big about these. Nothing big about them at all. Let's see. I think I want to lower this down a little bit. All right. All right. So, yeah. So this is just so I can see. So, I want to put something on these books that I got. So, this was an Amazon Happy Mail kit. And you get all of these books for like $9. 8-pack. A5, 60 pages. This is the perfect size for what I want, because in my bathroom, Happy Mail video, I showed you that I had bought a trifold. Yeah, I have journals in my bathroom. Yes, a trifold canvas cover, but you can't just put an A5 that has 300 pages in it, because the magnetic closure, it won't work. So you can't put a whole lot of stickers. So we can't have a journal that doesn't have a lot of stickers. So if we get this little thin book, we can fatten it up with stickers. And that is a project that I intend to do with you guys. And that is why I did this. Now, will I be able to get to all of that in this video? Probably not, but it's okay. It is okay. I got to take it off my Chromebook because my Chromebook might come on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit it inside of this desk for right now. And we're going to look at the Happy Mail. What is that? What is that? Oh. All right. Okay, so it's a piece of this chocolate. So part of my keto journey, I do eat these bars. And I need to turn the fan on. Because that's just how it is. And so I need to finish eating that. I've been fasting. I do a lot of fasting almost every day. And, but I'm an old woman, so weight loss doesn't come off as quickly as it used to. Honestly, guys, that's okay. Because I'm headed in the right direction. I'm on the right path. I'm doing what I need to do to be sustained long term. And this is the first time in my life that I've ever been on a weight loss journey where I'm not pumped up with injections. I'm not pumped up with pills. It's just me and Jesus all the way. And that's it. Keto can be frustrating sometimes. But it's given me discipline. It's made my blood work just do a whole 180. It's worth it. So I'm very careful what meats I eat. I don't have a lot to choose from. But it is working because I've got that strength, you know. Let's see. What else? Let's get to it. All right, one thing I was going to do is I wanted to put this in here. And in this black case is a bunch of washi. And yeah, Susan, this washi is organized. All of these are organized based on size, color, and those are all the same size. I love this little box, and I got it from Amazon. All of here's my washi cutters. These are the washis that are mixed size. And it looks like there's no order, but there is. I know what's in here. I can go through this blind, you know. And here is my big washi. And I need to use these because I love this washi so much. But this is where all the big washi is. Look at that. So, I need to use this washi. Pull out some washi. And I need to, what do you call it? I need to make that thing happen. And I was wondering, like, I was going to put this in another book, but I'm going to put it here. What do you think? I don't think so. I don't think this is a good idea. I think this is, yeah, this is not going to be a good idea. Let's just put that right there. I'm going to put it in the A5 like I said I was. So let's sit that to the side. This book here is a book that I made. And it started out as one. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I need to change this so that you guys can see better. All right. Sometimes I have to make sure I look into the camera. So this was a book that I made. All right. So you can see that was meant to be one thing, and turned out, you know what? I don't think I want to use it for this after all. Don't you hate when that happens? When you create something and then you change your mind and you're like, you know what? This isn't what I wanted this to be for. I want to change it. And I was a little bit frustrated with myself for that. I love B5s. I love B6s, B6 Slims, and I love A5s. But when it comes to B5s, I think B5s are just awesome. But it depends on what you're using them for, or where you're going with them. So let me set that to the side as well, because we may not have time to get into it. Let's see, what is, all right, chocolate. All right. So this is not Happy Mail. You guys have seen this before. This is a project that I was just doing for that book. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in here. And where did that pen go? Okay, here it is. All right, so let's just put that there for now. Just for now. So let us get into this here, right here. So I'm going to move you guys down just a little bit, kind of angle you a little bit. All right, so I can see that you guys are in frame like this. All right, so let's get busy. But before that, oh Lord, man. Y'all, this is so good. Please trust me. If you ever get a chance, please get some pure hibiscus tea. Organic. Don't get that flavor stuff. Pure hibiscus tea, organic. Put you in a piece of organic lemon or organic lime, or both. And just watch what it does. Watch what it does for you. Mel, if you are still watching, your situation where you were talking about the body dysmorphia, I suffer from that as well. When I was athletic, I still felt like this is not good enough. There were times when I would look in the mirror and still see a larger person. It's a thing. When it is a thing. Good gosh, it is a thing. I could tell you stories, you know, just like I know you could tell me stories. But it's only been through the blood of Jesus, the love of Jesus, that I've been able to get to a place where I can say, whether I'm thin or not thin, I have to love myself. Jesus, I plead your blood. Help me to love myself. Not my inner self, but my physical self. Not the components of how my body is made and the beauty and the complexity of it, but my physical shape. My physical shape. The thing that I judge the hardest, you know. And, you know, it has been a journey, and it is still a journey. And that's fine. But guess what? When we get on the other side and we get our resurrection body or our glorified body, however it happens, for you, you ain't got to worry about this stuff no more. This stuff is goodbye, gone, see ya. It's over. We are renewed, and we are refined, and we are perfect, and we got something to look forward to. So that's another thing that, you know, I do, is to keep myself grounded, to keep myself focused on the right things, you know, and not getting caught up in earthly things, you know, storing up my treasures in heaven, as the scriptures say. I'm a big supporter of scripture, as opposed to just the Bible, the 66 stories in the Bible, okay, that Vatican picked out for me, choosing for me. I am a big supporter of the scriptures, and I love the uncanonized scriptures. There's so much precious information there, you know, so that's why you saw all those Bibles, because that is a bunch of uncanonized and Aramaic and Greek and Hebrew. You know, I need to know who said what, and I want to know it in the original language. So yeah, my tattoo is ancient Hebrew, you know, in not the modern, but ancient, what the Father spoke, you know. So everything means something to me in a how can I say, in such a purposeful way. It's like everything is just, sometimes I'm told you're too purposeful. Like, okay, you know, just chill, relax. Everything doesn't have to be a courtroom drama. Everything doesn't have to be so purposeful. But you know what? We are who we are. So I'm also nibbling on some cheddar, extra sharp cheddar cheese. It is my favorite, is the extra sharp. And it gives me the satiety that I need when, you know, I haven't eaten much. And I like to work out on an empty stomach, on what I call a fasted stomach, when I can. So that's what I did today. And I have yet to have my meal because I've been too busy. And I'm just keeping it light until like a little later on. So let us get into this. This is the wrong, and I love wrong, always have. Midnight Aesthetic. And I'm going to share this with you. All right. I'm going to put it this way. How about that? Look at those boxes. Guess where this book is going? This book is going in the bathroom. This book is going in the bathroom, y'all. This sticker book is for the bathroom. But honestly, I'm just going to decorate those little books I just showed you with this stuff. I love this. Look at this. Remember when I did the Happy Mail, where I bought all that pet tape of clouds? So this would go perfect with that. So I might need to buy this book again, or either just tear out some pages that I want to keep for that pet tape. Let me see. I think it's in the stash. I also have a project box, and that's, y'all, that's what this is. This book here is filled with a ton of stickers. I did a flip through with you guys. I shared it with you, my sticker stash. Please check that video out. But since then, I've added a ton of stuff. As you can see, it no longer, you know. So that's the project box with a bunch of other stuff, but we're not going to get into that tonight. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Let me see here. Yep. Look at that. So what you think? You like that? Look at that. That is not going in the bathroom. That is not going in the bathroom books. These 2 pages will not. Okay, these 3 pages will not. Because I have a project in mind. Okay, this will not. And this will not. Now this will. This will. Oh wow, is this a sticker? I need to know. Is this a sticker? How much y'all want to bet that this is a sticker and not construction, stationery, scrapbook paper? Let's bet. Oh gosh, come on. Don't tell me I'm going to lose this bet. I think it is a sticker. Let's see here. I got a ton of tools. Why don't I use them? Right? Yeah. Thank you, Lord. So this is a sticker. Oh, yeah. I'm loving that. I am loving that. Okay. So this is a sticker. Now this I will use for the bathroom books. This I will use for the bathroom books too. But isn't it nice? I'm loving it. I am loving it. Look at those clouds. Cloud letters. Y'all, look at. I love this. Wow, y'all, why did I wait so late to get this book? Look at this. Oh my goodness. I should have gotten 2 of these. It was on sale. I think for $16. Look at that. This is washi strips. Look at that. Wow. Midnight Aesthetic. Wow, y'all. Oh, that's an old picture of Wrong. Yeah, she's a little bit older than that, but then again, I don't think Wrong is ever going to age. So, shout out to Wrong. Matter of fact, I'm probably going to tag her in this video. All right, so let's move on. Now, this one right here, we're going to tag Happy Planner in this too. Let's tag everybody. Oh, wow, look at this. This is the mega book that I got for $7. Free shipping, whatever. Love it. This right here is going to go out into the dining room. Remember on the bar where I showed you where I keep my food log and my main planner? This will go out there with that. It'll just sit right beside it. So let's take a look. Like Ted Koppel would say, let's take a look. All right. Let me eat my cheese. All right. So where do you want to start? I'm going to start on the left. All right. So we have spring. So you get 2 of these. And not only that, these are clear. Grow a happy life. Y'all, come on, tell the truth. Growing, that is how you get a happy life, is growing a happy life. I like that. So we get 2 of those. And then we have this for spring. And then we have this for spring. Y'all, I'm surprised I got everything in. And it'll be less than an hour. But I really wanted to welcome all of my new subscribers. And I really wanted to give shout outs. You know, I love reciprocating love and kindness. And so, look at these. So, you know, that's just how I flow. You know. And being someone who has social anxiety disorder and dealing with social anxiety disorder and things of that nature, then, you know, every opportunity that I can to show love and gratitude and appreciation, I have to do it. And yes, I am on disability. Been on disability for many years. So this is not a self-diagnosis at all. I can give you my little grocery list of what I've been diagnosed with, and, you know, and believe me, my disability is not a lot of money at all, but it does help pay bills. And I do get to have, you know, something left over to play with. So yeah, it is no joke. So these are so cute and so pretty. I wish that they were a little bit smaller, because as you guys could see, my planner is no longer a happy planner. It is just your typical Walmart planner, because my life has changed so much these past 3 years. And I just don't have the intensity of responsibilities that I had. But I do still have a great deal of responsibilities every single day. And I have a very systematic way of doing everything. And if I get knocked off of my system, I'm telling you, it's like a struggle to get back in sync, you know? And it's like, did I do this? Did I do that? I forgot to do this because this happened. Don't wake me up out of my sleep. There is a note on my door, my bedroom door, that says, do not wake me up. You know, do not. It's like I just have to go in the flow. And when my flow is interrupted, and I mean in all aspects, it causes a severe disruption in my brain. It really does. And I have to like take a deep breath. Inhale Jesus. Exhale anxiety. Inhale Jesus. Exhale confusion. You know, grounding myself. No, that's not the word I want to use. Just regulating myself. You know. And sometimes it's a bang of a success. And then there's times when it's like, what is wrong with you? Open your mouth, speak. You know, why are you a sloth mouth is what my husband would call me, sloth mouth. You know, like, what is going on with you? Why are you hyperventilating? Why do you have diarrhea? Thankfully, I have not had those episodes in a while. You know, I've learned to get control over what I'm going through the grace of God. And I live my life in such a way where I don't have female friends. I don't have physical female friends that come over to my house and we do this and we do that. We talk on the phone. That's just not how I roll. And it's like, you know, let me love you at a little bit of a distance because I don't trust me and I don't want to hurt you. And I had recently had to tell someone that, you know, but because of the love of God and the grace of God, he gave me the words to say what needed to be said without, you know, venom or, you know, and order my steps, Lord. That's what I say. Order my steps. You tell me how to handle this, you know, and that is how it is. So let's go further. So we've got the summer thing going on here. And, y'all, even, I got a few more pounds to go. But I've never been comfortable in a two-piece, except when I was much, much younger. In my, you know, like when I was 17 and 18. And even then, I wasn't really comfortable. I always wore the whole piece swimsuits, but I tried to make them as nice and not boring, you know. But I'm not getting a no whole piece, you know. I'm more like the boy shorts and a tank top as a swimsuit. All right, so that's that. And like I said, you get 2 of each, so that's why I kind of skipped. All right, so this is the Happy Planner seasonal. That's mega. All right, so now on this side we have fall, and you get 2 of each. So we've got the grow part. All right, pie. Ooh, Lord, y'all, I love pie. I love pie. I love cake. My favorite cake is 7-Up pound cake. Man, I love cake. I love pie. And thankfully, you have options with keto using almond flour, coconut flour, you know. And you can bake your own cakes. So here is some fall. What is your favorite season? My favorite season is winter. Just give me cold all year round, but I don't like it so cold where I can't function, because I've been frostbitten before, and so once you've been frostbitten, you will never be able to stand, like my hands cannot stand cold, my feet cannot stand cold. They burn like real easy, you know, like even just touching ice, y'all. But oh, that's cute. So yeah, I just again want to welcome all my new subscribers. I am so grateful to you all. Welcome to Pamela Making Memories. I am a small channel, but I am slowly growing by the grace of God. And the people that God send my way, those are the people that God have for me. You know, I've been trolled before, and it's not fun. It's not. You know, so I definitely want what God has for me. I want the... No, I don't want the drama. This channel is therapeutic for me. It's therapy for me. It's my outlet. So, and who knows who I get to help along the way, you know? I love these. Look at that. I do. I love these. I love, you know, having that tab like that. This is so cute. And y'all, for $7 and free shipping, how could I not have it? Even if I don't use all of it or don't need all of it, you know? This is just awesome. And this right here would be great to put like on the weekend. The weekend stuff. So we've got letters. Letters. I don't usually use letters, stickers, but unless they're like really, really pretty, because I like to keep practicing my brush lettering. So that's that. So there we go. I'm gonna just give you one real quick flip. So yeah, guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Pamela Making Memories. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope that you stay, and I hope that you just like my vibe and you subscribe. You know, that's awesome. Just clicking like and just maybe just leaving me a heart in the box, in the description. I mean, in the comments. If you don't have a lot to say, that's fine. I don't need to have a lot to say. But I just knowing that you're here, just, you know, is just a blessing to this old lady. All right, so I'm going to go ahead now, and I'm going to close out. We've been here for an hour and 2 minutes. God bless you. Thank you so much for being here. It means the world to me. It really does. A little love can go such a long way. So thank you, everyone. And I appreciate you all. Honestly, I really and truly do. Bye.